Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today I will show you guys how to enable a true dark mode on your iOS 26 device. Like, get everything really dark, which will help you improve the battery life of your iPhone. Of course, your iPhone will look really cool, and it's even better for your eyes, especially using your iPhone on dark environments. So there are, of course, a few different things that you can do, a few different settings that you can adjust to make sure that you have this ultra dark mode enabled for your device. Now, before we get into all that, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are currently not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the videos and you want to see more of them, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It really helps the channel a lot. Now, the first thing you want to do is, of course, make sure that you use the system dark mode on your iPhone for as long as possible during the day. Now, especially when it's darker or you're in a darker environment, but even if not, the dark mode on your iPhone will help you have way better battery life on your device. Because if you have a device with an OLED display, everything that is black on the screen is actually pixels that are turned off. That way your battery life will be much better. So you will have, of course, here the options. You can choose sunset to sunrise, or you can create your own custom schedule right here and then have the dark mode enabled. Or if you don't want to do that, you can switch the automatic button off and just choose dark mode from here. Now, when you go to the home screen, what I suggest you do, especially if you use dark mode a lot and you want to have this ultra dark mode enabled on your device, then is use a darker wallpaper like this one right here that have the for the most part it is dark, and it has a really cool colorful background there. It is really awesome. It looks good, but it also goes really well with the dark theme of your iPhone, which is pretty awesome. Now, if you're on iOS 26, you will have another option right here. If you go ahead and tap to edit, you go here and you go to customize, then you will have this button that will add a darker tint to the wallpaper. You can notice right here on the background, it makes the wallpaper a bit darker. It adds that tint, which makes the icons pop up more, but also reduces basically the brightness of the wallpaper, making the dark mode even better. Now, what you can also do here is, of course, use dark icons. Now, iOS will switch between dark and light icons based on whether you're on the light mode or dark mode on your device, but you can also just set them to be always on the dark mode. Again, tap here on the edit button, customize, and just choose the dark option right here and choose the always option down here. No matter what you're doing, whether you're on the light mode or dark mode, now your icons will always be on the dark mode, which is really awesome. And of course, they look much better in my opinion this way, but will help you also improve the battery and look much better with the dark mode. And now let's move to the settings. We have a few settings here to adjust, especially if you're on iOS 26 and have a device with liquid glass. Now, here are a few things you can do to enable the ultra dark mode on your iPhone. First of all, head on to your settings and then go under display and brightness. When you go here, you will have an option called liquid glass. Now, this will be here if you're actually on iOS 26.2. So if you're updated to iOS 26, you probably are on iOS 26.2. So you go here and you choose the tinted option. That way you will switch between, you can see right here, the clear and the tinted, which gives you a more darker look on your device. Once you have done that, you go back and you will notice right here, you see all these elements of the UI on my device have this border. We can see the dock, the widget right here, the arrows there, which is really awesome. Also on the control center, everything has a border. Now, because of everything will be on that dark mode and look really dark, having this border actually makes it much easier to find the things that you actually need. Now, to do that, go here under accessibility and then go to display and text size, and right here we will have a few options, a few settings that we need to adjust. Now, first of all, we have the show border. This is this option right here. So see the arrow right there? I enable this. It shows a border around that, which is really awesome. Like going to the control center right here, you will have the control center. Enable this. it looks much better with the borders around. So that's really cool. Now you will have a few other options right here that you can enable to get that really dark mode on your device. First of all, we have here reduced transparency. Now things have to go this way, like I showed you guys the process. First of all, you enable the tinted, and then you come back and enable reduced transparency. Otherwise this won't allow that to happen. So when you want to have actually enabled the tinted option but have this enabled, it will turn this off automatically. So you first turn on the tinted option and then come on and reduce right here, the reduced transparency, actually enable reduced transparency. And then also you will have another option here to increase contrast. You go ahead and enable that from here. Then you will have now this really amazing look on your device. So everything is basically dark here. Even if we go to the notifications, you can see everything is dark, the clock here, everything. And then we also have that border around everything here, so it looks really amazing. Now you can also enable here reduce white points, so it basically will reduce the intensity of the color. So you enable that right here, and you can set it with a slider, so you can choose around 60 or 50%. That's basically enough, and this will reduce the intensity of colors, that way giving you that really dark look on your iPhone, which makes your iPhone actually look much better, but it will also save you a ton of battery. Now there's also something you can do on the lock screen. So on the lock screen, if you have the big clock enabled here, you can see how cool this looks with the border around. I'll show you guys how to enable right there, but you can also have the dark clock here if you want to. So you go to customize it right here, tap on the clock, you can choose the liquid glass, and then go here and just choose the dark color. So you go right here, you have the dark color, and then you can just go ahead and slide this to adjust the intensity of the color, which is really awesome. And also you can choose here the liquid glass effect with this slider right here. Just turn it all the way up there, and there you can see you get a very really nice looking clock right there with the border that is dark, and it goes really well with the dark theme of your iPhone. So that's basically it for this video, guys. This is how you can enable a real dark mode for your iPhone. Now this of course has its advantages. Not it only looks good, which it does, it actually looks amazing, especially if you have the right wallpaper set on your device. Now if you want this wallpaper, I will have it linked right down below in the description of the video, but it also of course will help your device get way better battery life, as having things in dark mode actually does reduce the amount of energy that the screen of your iPhone uses. That way you get more battery out of your iPhone on daily basis. So that's basically it. Again, thank you guys for watching the video. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you found it helpful, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys on the next one.